Well, okay, now then, welcome to the stream, you. I just gotta check something with stream. Okay, right, just seeing if I'm actually audible and stuff like that. I simply am. Okay, so I'm fine. I can still hear the music. Perfectly fine. I'm hearing back what you guys hear. So let me, mute that. Switch to... turn it up a little bit. Okay, now we're back. Okay, I was just checking if the audio sounds fine. Oh. Also, I've just discovered, I've just been shown a Mr. Blobby mod for, am I still listening to the stream audio? I think I am. I am. That's better. There we go. Now I can't hear myself. Oh, no, actually, that's not that bad if I can hear myself that way. There we go. I don't need to be that loud. There we go. Now I can barely hear myself. Ha! Better. Also, turn off direct monitoring would help. Turn myself up a little bit because it's a bit weird. There we go. Okay, we are doing Star Trek tonight. This game's been out like a year, but I haven't been able to play it until now. This is one of the first games I bought when I built this new PC. This is what Rockstar looks like out of the can. Oh, we are live, right? I've not like accidentally set everything to... No, that's working fine, that's working fine. Everything is live, everything is public. Okay, this is... Hey, Adam. Basically, this game is because I'm a Trekkie. I not bought it, I was like, oh, this would be fun. Looks like it's fun to play. It's basically Telltale games. And we all had fun with those with the Walking Dead series. But no, I am a massive Trekkie. You see the tricorder there, the pads. I'm not sure what that diamond is. This is Star Trek Resurgence. No, this isn't. This is. Do that and that. So as I can't hear the game. There we go. Turn the music off. There we go. Star Trek Resurgence. EVE Online. I've heard of that, but I've not actually looked into it. I am going to burp. Pardon me. I say I'm a massive Trekkie. I've watched all of Star Trek. Yeah, well, that's how they ended up before they went bust. So, I think that's literally how the last series of The Walking Dead went. And what was the other one they did? The Jurassic Park game was like that too. It was like Telltale. There's some others that are Telltale-esque. Oh, honestly, I can remember The Walking Dead because I've played all of that. Never finished the series. Never finished the comics, and honestly, I lost interest in The Walking Dead. And it never came back. Because at the minute, I'm currently like hyper-focused on Ghostbusters. Reminds me I need to go pick up the latest issue. Oh, no, I'm not my light off. So, YouTube side, we have Tangier, TTS, text to speak. Does cost to use, but if you're over on Twitch, you can use channel points and bits. Bits versions, you've got more options. Tangier chat. It is pinned as the chat on both chats on horizontal and vertical. Also, if you want my Twitch, follow me on Twitch. Or if you're on Twitch, go follow me on YouTube. Don't they bring back stuff like the hands free? I haven't done the scene change yet. Follow me on YouTube. There it is. Took it long enough. The magic streamer bot. Thing is, the chat moderation thing I wanted to use is streamer bot, but it doesn't read YouTube chat. Well, YouTube, it does read YouTube chat. It doesn't read YouTube Shorts chat. Only YouTube horizontal. Whereas Caster Labs, as you can see on YouTube or Twitch right now, does. Because I'm assuming Doctor or something is on Shorts right now. Oh, he's run off to Twitch. Ah, no one is on YouTube Shorts. Ha! Sounds about right. But like, you can tell StreamerBot doesn't read YouTube chat, because when I use the command to show the Tangier into the chat and the Twitch link, it just doesn't want to work with YouTube Shorts. And this is StreamerBot, not this thing. So my hair is very, like, big today because it's been hot and humid and I've been doing housework. Why I've not shaved. Okay, right. 4 more minutes and we'll get into the game. Just enjoying the nice sounds of Star Trek. So yeah, we're literally in the thing that we're at warp speed right now. Don't know why I was tapping a Phineas and Ferb tune in my head, but there we go.
Have you heard? It was my understanding that everyone has heard.
Everybody's heard about the word. The bird is the word. Oh god, it's actually had myself doing that impression. Okay, never doing that again. I'm assuming Doctor's got lots of channel points up. I must say, the game screen working as the backdrop, like behind all of this, is working really well. You have a few. Just a few. Just a few. A tiny few. But just a few. Oh, that's what I need to fix. To fix my zoom. There we go. Are we zooming? Are we zoomed? Are we zoomed? Save, okay. Back to A. So now if I... Have you redeemed the voice mode? Why is that not worked? Yeah, you've just redeemed the voice mod. Why is that not worked? I know I have a copy of StreamBot working. Yeah. That should have worked. Some of my commands have gone walkies. But that should have worked. If I employ actions, voice must select. Oh, 1 minute. It hasn't saved.
Ba ba ba. There we go. Now it's lethal employ. So first. Okay, right. Now let's change to lethal employ. It did save everything I did last time. But we're currently lethal employ. Okay. It's gonna be like 5 minutes long to like 45 seconds. I need the Borg voice mug. Is there a Borg one? Let me check. There's Hive Mind.
How does this sound? God. Space. This is literally the hive mind. We are Borg. Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated. I am the cutest of all.
Minimum points. So back to this mace, I guess.
We are the Borg. We are the Borg. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. Your technological advancement will be added to our own. That's the closest we're gonna get. Switch back to normal. 1 second. Where are you? I can't hear you. There we go, I've added to favorites. I will make it a command later. Okay? Okay, I think we're over now. Let's get to the game. Okay, this is set during TNG, DS9, and Voyager. And lower decks, I guess. I know Commander William Riker is in this. I don't actually stop.
Assimilate these nuts.
Yeah. There we go. Modded myself that way. Okay, so if you use a voice mod now or something like that, I am not going to be able to hear it. Begin. I wonder if Q is in this. Quark, maybe. This is a dramatic lapse of adventure. The rest adventure you're about to experience will be shared by the choices you make. Hey, Sarah. I've got my sinuses under control today. So that like half an hour before we streamed. As I found out, I'm allergic to dust mites in people's houses, including my own.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission.
What is it Mariner does?
And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different.
This is very Star Trek First Contact and like intro.
Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Rydek. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Is she Bajoran? Bajor finally joined the Federation in this area? Right, why am I using...
Thanks.
No problem.
Sorry, keyboard, thank you. Why did it put me on controller? I don't have a controller connected. Subtitles are on. Okay, yep, modes. I have no clue. Okay, resume.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst. But
You don't like flying. And yet, you joined Starfleet.
there's a reason I'm not a pilot.
You should try it sometime.
Audio okay for you guys?
Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
Oh, what's his name? The guy who voices
Don't
Cyborg in,
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the...
It's like Constitution class.
Right now.
aka the USS Enterprise C. Oh no, the B. That was the USS Enterprise B. Everything was installed on Tuesday. The same class the USS Enterprise E just flown past. Oh yeah, Cheb. Yeah, he had the... I thought she was cross-eyed at first.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
Look at that. That even looks like a starship, that nebula. I wonder if there's coffee in there. There's coffee in that nebula. If you've not listened to it and you're a fan of Voyager, go listen to... It's on console and PC. I'm playing on some PC. It cost me 20 quid. Remember rightly?
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20. Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the Academy.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you.
I wonder if Voyager's
Was
home
tough.
at this point and if Harry
But, you
Kim's
know,
been
I
promoted.
Set my mind to it, and it paid off.
Please place your hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds.
Okay. I literally thought I would have to hold the trigger. Bear with me a second. Camera's gone doolally again. Yeah, but Kirk hacked the system. Oh, I'm trying to tab out 1 second. There we go, sorted. That's gone. Okay. Restart camera hub. And I'm back. That's annoying.
Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara?
Oh, I missed it.
You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Did it say what race she is?
Now I'm really...
Or what species?
It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just
I'm being nice.
came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure's mine, Ensign.
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
Now we're gonna have an AI invasion again. I can jog, okay. Wait, why does me jog and make everyone else jog?
Good day, Commander.
Let's say what ship it is. Oh, it's the Resolute. Wait, what class is it? It's not the same as Charitos. Didn't say.
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermot is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Bully him. I'm going to talk to whoever I can.
Yeah, not the ship I was hoping for.
Why's that?
Well, you haven't heard? Some kind of accident. Their warp core overloaded.
Oh, whoa. That's a big deal.
There's a Bolian over there.
6 months fixing it up.
Is it the captain's fault?
I need to use that board, I think. Now, that's the repair status of the Resolute.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm not sure where my departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this dock.
Ah, you're right. Nerves must be getting to me.
As we've all been now, we've been looking at everything. It's just gone weird.
Thanks so much, Commander.
OBS is literally not being well. This camera. I thought it was Beverly Crusher at first.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks.
Deep Space Nine is 6.
I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board. Excuse me.
What species would that? It could be red. Got a glitch. Camera's just gone again.
I thought DS9 had more than 6.
I'm Commander Young.
Camera's gone again. Yeah, sure you were. How do I minimize the damn game? Didn't mean to open big picture. There's the big picture. There we go. Just want to get my damn thing. There we go. That's the Windows tab. Quit that again. Let's go with a camera hub to go again. Bear with me. And task. Go. Now I'm back. DS9 had the docking around the actual main ring. There was docks at the top where starships like the Enterprise docked. And there's some more down at the bottom, if I remember rightly.
Ermot, operations officer on the Resolute. Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now.
It was a bit bumpy, but otherwise okay.
My apologies. This storm is unlike anything I've seen before. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us.
Now I'm curious if I'm gonna...
Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War.
Was it after the Dominion? Okay.
Tactical officer and chief of security on the USS Endeavor.
You've done your homework?
Like I said, we're very lucky. The USS Resolute. She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
The equipment malfunctioned. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame.
You're done with DSS for now,
It was
okay.
a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle.
This is going to be a very talky game. I'm not going to get to talk
Officer and
much.
22 of our crew.
Is this Star Trek?
At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
It's been 6 months. What's the attitude among the crew now?
Unsettled. But I hope that a new mission will help them move forward. If not, move on. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time. And I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Thank you. Always good to have a sense for what you're walking into.
I just thought you ought to know.
I appreciate it.
If you're wondering where in Star Trek you've seen a bullion before, the USS Enterprise D, the hairdresser.
Eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention.
Okay, so that told me to check here. There's a character, there's another character, I guess. Made a first good impression with Commander Ermot, coming off as inquisitive and appreciative while showing empathy for what the crew of the Resolute suffered, and encouraging for the sense of humor. Okie dokie.
The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Now, do I go into this treating the captain like I would if I was Riker?
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Plasma torch, I believe, is that one. I remember watching Chief O'Brien. Jesus! Oh God. Yeah, it's definitely like a Telltale game. In. Twist. Oh, you really got to twist your mouse. Why use them self-healing stem bolts? Unlocked.
That.
So we've got someone in command, someone in engineering. James not Rutherford. The lower decks. I just mentioned Rutherford. And we get the lower decks.
I thought the thing was totally fried.
Hey, Trill.
Nice work, Carter.
Camera's gonna go again. I can tell it is.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
What's the settings for the game? Oh, I have... That's the settings for the game. I don't have graphical controls or anything like that. Literally, this is it. Eh.
Everything okay?
I dropped a non-ferrous connector between the coils. Gonna have to remove a few of them to find it, and then...
Ooh, then another hour of recalibrating. Ouch.
Oof.
Leave you to it.
Novel. Transporter.
Come on.
I'm having a ganders. What starship would have... Like, first ever time.
The storm looks pretty bad. Just another
Wasn't...
reason why we need to get this ship ready.
Should I touch the force field? I'm touching it. Oh, nothing happens. Literally just a wall. Just a wall. That's all it was. Nothing fun, nothing spectacular. What are you? Oh, probes.
Hurry up.
Oh, God. Well, if I don't have to do that with a photon torpedo.
Makes more sense than zero G.
Yeah, exactly. Star Trek.
So clean I can see myself.
Literally
But
can't.
you know what? Not half bad.
But not see myself at all. I had no reflection in that. Still don't. Yeah, let's go.
Good to see her fully operational again. And if she breaks, we'll just fix her.
Junction 34B gives you access to
Now, you have a funny thing I need to remember about Junction 34B.
Engineering.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovok called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
What's the matter, Nilly? Afraid of a little hard work?
A little hard work? Really? A little? 6 months of putting this ship back together is a lot of hard work.
Yeah, and here we are. Just about ready to go.
I'm liking this stuff. It's fun. For me, at least.
Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz.
Not the same Vulcan that
beginning
was
to
on
think you
Voyager.
would be
Okay,
late.
that was part of the Mackie. Camera is
We are
going to
all
go.
hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edsolar on repeated occasions.
I'm going to be
So you're
quippy.
saying we're irreplaceable, Commander?
That is one interpretation. Another would be that I would replace you if I could. You can interpret as you see fit.
By I really need to look into bloody camera problem. It's acting up something wrong on Task Manager. Oh, that's taskbar settings. I don't want that. Because now I've switched to this, it's working fine. Now I've paused the game, it's working fine. It's using quite a lot of my memory, that's why. Using like 2 gig of memory. Just right through there. See? Camera hub here, which is what controls this camera. So I'm gonna just keep that handy, ready to go. Yeah, Romulans are aware some Vulcans.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance.
We're going on a spacewalk.
Subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
How concerned should we be about the storm? Are you worried?
Vulcans do not worry. We calculate the variables and take appropriate precautions to mitigate the risk. Right now, that entails making critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders.
The
Do not
Hotari
delay.
system, I remember that.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chovak. All hands on deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out, and the brass know it.
Your stuff getting installed
So
on
they've
Tuesdays.
thrown every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule.
You gotta have some faith, Nilly. Starfleet Command wouldn't send us out if we weren't ready.
6 months ago, I probably would have said the same thing. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh, God. By the way.
Excuse me.
Is it lagging for you guys or just me? My
A lot
camera.
of new faces coming on board. It's got to be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt. Hold on.
Bear with me a minute, guys. Okay, I'm back.
Oh, there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda.
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Don't talk badly about one of the best ships in all of Starfleet.
We've rebuilt enough of her by now. She better be one of the best.
We'll see about that. But I am glad to be here. He still owes
If
me a
you've
bottle
mostly
of
rebuilt,
brandy. Don't think I forgot.
does this mean she's
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
ready the same
Carter
ship?
can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
I've barely touched cut controls.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
No.
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go.
These look a lot like the current
See you on the other
shoots.
side.
Current suits
Activating
NASA are
magnetic
using?
souls.
No, the best part about these is when I went out on the spacewalk to take the board off the deflector dish. Oh, don't forget the current Enterprise E. E? F? The Enterprise F or G? Ron Seven's commander at the end of Picard. Was the Titan A?
Have you never gets old.
Let's go.
God, that does look nice. Oh, what's the name of the rewatch podcast? A Voyager with Garrett Wong and Patrick Duncan. Gee, because the F was decommissioned at the end of that. Something happened to the E and we have no idea what.
Captain Solano
Worf
should
was
be here
involved.
momentarily.
That's all we know. Am I ever gonna wonder? Nope.
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
So, is Voyager home at this point? Okay, so I get to actually explore the captain's office.
The first mineral Captain Solano ever discovered. Always was the nostalgic type.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Can't wait to plot a course myself.
But at the time, Riker was captain in charge of the Enterprise at the time, because Picard... That Tetris? No. Because Picard was literally
Just a sip of
assimilated. He was Locutus at the time.
Rack the Geno.
Romulan coffee.
That sure has a kick.
It's Romulan coffee, of course. Not Romulan coffee. Klingon coffee. Shelby, that was it. Lieutenant Commander Shelby.
Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were
You sure this isn't J. Jonah Jameson?
Fuel 7 trips around
Yeah,
the
Shelby.
expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome.
Was J.K. Simmons
The
busy?
arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare. But, unfortunately, we've had our hands full with the refit.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
I don't know the details, but let's
You'll
get
have to
some
forgive
history.
me. I don't really know the details.
Starfleet has been kind enough to keep the story contained, probably because they want to protect me. But I don't mind telling you. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed.
Remember that time warp
What would have been
speed was
the crowning achievement of my
banned?
career. Right there. Within our grasp.
Because it was destroying a civilization?
Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle.
Whatever happened to that?
It was heartbreaking. We lost
Like Starfleet being infiltrated by those space bugs
As captain,
things.
I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. That's when things start to go sideways.
This is your ship, and you are the captain. So as far as I'm concerned, whatever you say, goes.
That's the kind of support I'm looking for.
But I will
Look,
challenge you on them.
I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely
Does actually. He was a dickhead, Captain.
this ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hotari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details of the rendezvous.
But are we prepared to embark on the mission?
As much as I'd like to think that's true, I have my doubts. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst.
Yeah.
There's just one more thing I want
Mike
to
got
clarify.
fired.
The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
Thank you, but I feel like I still have so much to learn.
You'll have plenty of opportunity. And if you're willing to put in the work, I'll do everything in my power to help you along the way. Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
So with Riker, it was a case of he made sure the captain's orders were followed through to the T, to the letter, but he was also challenged Picard on a lot of things. Look at this, we're seeing behind the bridge on a starship. Like I don't PSVR, otherwise I'd do bridge crew.
Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
One of?
Well,
he's Bajoran.
In humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time, and I look forward to learning as much as I
Damn
can.
camera again!
You've heard.
Right, seconds to do what you have to do before. Oh, camera hub isn't even up. There's this. Camera hub's actually closed itself down, okay. Annoying as it is. Right. You gotta stop being a pin. It's back here. Right. But it's not here. Where the fuck's my camera gone? Turned off, that's why. First chat. There, we're back. There we go, now we're back.
With me?
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career
Their
is
wife's been
because you're
annoying.
part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a standard to strive for.
You really do know a thing or two about me. I'm glad I could inspire you, but it's important to chart your own path.
Thanks. You can count on it.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway.
This to be with
If
games.
they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Okay. Gets in the captain's chair. that literally a viewfinder, or is that literally just glass?
Impressive range of view.
Not bigger than the Enterprise A. No bloody A or B or C. The USS Enterprise NCC 1701. Have Scotty had an argument with holodeck on
Chief Engineer
D.
Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural
Let's get my
integrity
fast order.
now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
I wonder what the EMH is on this.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
Such a weird walk. Again, magnetic boots. Yeah. NCC 1701. No bloody A, B, C, or D.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Star,
I'm glad you remember the quote correctly.
was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
Picard just downs it. Delightful.
Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine.
Yeah, of course I do. Starfleet's an open door. We just have to walk through it. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere. See new worlds.
Make a good choice for a new Scotty on
Sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be.
not lower decks. Pike. Current show.
Diaz to
Not
Commander
Discovery, the other
Chovak.
one.
We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the
Strange New Worlds. Oh, D. Ha! Pressing the wrong button. Pressing A. Yeah, it's busy telltale. Okay, what do I need to get?
Beginning recalibration.
Oh! Hey, come on. That it? Did it.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
Is it gonna change?
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
Kinda like you, Chitty.
Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
Well, I'm so glad you said that. Now I know exactly who to turn to when I have questions.
Questions are more Commander Ermont's territory. Captain Solano primarily relies on my knowledge and expertise when he needs answers. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for First Officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then?
A little bit of racism.
Leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
That's very kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all.
No, you mean a dick.
Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal.
What the hell was
No
that?
disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew. And he was one of my
Calm
closest
down,
friends.
Command Cocksucker.
So I can only hope that you'll live up to
Oh
expectations.
my god, that was the Patrick Stewart one.
I don't think I could ever replace Commander Sutherland. And it would be a mistake to even try.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into.
Please do.
Unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
So we shouldn't have put the thing down. The shields.
We've got a
Oh,
massive
cock.
energy wave inbound on screen.
That's gonna hit the entire state. Doesn't the station have shields that expand out past?
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy, like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities.
Shields up, red alert.
Red alert.
Aye.
We're docked. Shouldn't the station also be on red alert?
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
Site-to-site transport.
With a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get
I
one
think going
shot
for
at
her.
this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
That's right,
Shields up.
which is why we need to send power to our
Sorry, I hate the fact I have to tap out to do that.
shields.
My money's on Commander
Petrosian,
Cocksucker
get
biting
those
me
shields up.
first.
Rerouting power to shields. Stand by. I need a heading. We've only got one shot.
Understood. On my command.
Okay.
Heading locked.
Raise shields.
We're still docked.
All hands, brace for impact.
Ready, ready, ready. Okay, that's over. We're fine.
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the
That was
system
fun.
and creating a dangerous imbalance.
Blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
Oh, we gotta go down to the nacelles? Oh god. Where the hell are we anyway? Currently on the ship.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
I'm saying I was just paying attention to this.
Affirmative.
Failsafe override, yep.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
I have a funny feeling this would have happened regardless to what we did. This shit. Thing's gone again. No, mate. I'm not using half my memory, so it's not that.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Where's Wesley when you need him?
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
That was fun.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
Come up. As long as these things don't go closer. Whoa!
We're almost to the regulator.
She actually getting them or what? Ah! I thought she was getting them.
Yeah. Sure took most of it. Snuck up on me.
That damaged your suit. Energy
Yeah, no wonder.
60%.
Yeah, more into the middle. Are we in the way? Are we in the right way now? Those looks a little bit like the Cheritos.
Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
This looks familiar. Right, the panels again in
reset to neutral.
best contact. Am I doing this right? Oh. This news was black. I don't really get what it is I'm doing. Oh!
The EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovak can...
Uh-oh. You know what would damage the dock? Wow, okay, that's bad.
Get down! Tears to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. Hull vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working?
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need
Yeah,
to
we gathered
disengage
that.
from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
We have crew outside and are looking for the
We have
safest way
people
to...
on this station. If that mooring arm breaks, we could lose dozens of crew.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel
Reverse the
engineering
polarity.
crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order. Jara?
All due respect, sir, it's a more complex situation than when you
Jara,
disembarked.
I need you to do the right thing. We can't have this go sideways before we even leave for the mission.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
Oh, I'm reversing the polarity.
There is protocol.
And there are lives.
Starbase, stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
Site-to-site transport.
Repair crew, this is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Here we go.
1. Mark!
Reverse the polarity. Whoa.
Grab my hand! I got you.
Duck and weave, duck and weave, duck and weave.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
That's gonna lock this back up. Come on. A little help. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Thank you, finally. Took you long enough. Don't know why I'm having to press W twice. That was weird. Wow, my camera's just gone again.
Look out!
Oh! Yeah, I hit him.
I got you. Petty Officer Edselar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial...
Yeah. Need to fix my camera. Isn't even loaded. Reverse polarity is basically just this fix everything in sci-fi.
Electromagnetic arc to approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There's an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edsolar there to access the interior.
Roger that.
Teleporter's not working.
Go in there now.
Ooh, good. Slot control comm badges and transporters to med bay. Oh, she's awake.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time.
Okay. Hey, Sarah, it's fine.
Get in there.
You better be right behind me.
She's not, is she? Yep, she is. Oh, for crying out loud. No! I did not just lose a crew member.
We're in.
Oof.
They're safe, bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
Is the stream lagging for you? Or is it just me? Okay, just before we get any further into the game, just gonna try some things. Change my encoder. It is on Twitch. I'm having lagging problems myself, like literally on my stream, but I'm not dropping any frames. So, don't know what's going on. You have no sound. So now can you hear me asking? I watch YouTube on mobile. There's lagging on Twitch, not on YouTube. Okay. Weird.
Carter.
I've changed the setting, hopefully it'll work.
I'm okay. But Edsolar...
Here, let me help you.
To point out, I have no, like... Why is no one...
Medical. We've got one wounded at my location. Millie.
Oh, man.
Then you.
We'll see you at sickbay.
I'll see those type of Guineas before, I don't think.
Status report.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermont?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear.
Winning.
Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
I'm gonna get chewed out now. I saved the ship and the crew members. Fuck you. Not just, yeah, not just the ship, the station, and the crew.
Well?
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the information
You
I had.
disobeyed my orders! And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well. That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my credibility on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a direct order, but you were wrong. You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the
You
information.
should have gotten pictures
so I made the
of
right decision for the
Spider-Man.
ship. If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew. Trust me.
You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt, but not everyone. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chovak is more complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we all are. And, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either.
I think you are.
You never
The
really
fact
know
you're using literal
if you're in
Picard.
those shoes. So, let's just boil it down to you did what you had to.
Thank you for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will, someday.
I just did.
Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
This head just go weird. They just have a weird head spasm. Again, nothing shows I was a Trekkie mod.
All
I've had
departments reporting full mission readiness.
before when my computer could handle it.
Full complement on board.
This is my favorite
My
moment.
chat shutdown thing was a shields up red alert with the klaxon and the lights.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
There's a docking clamps are working this time.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Must be a sight. I've watched an actual ship launch, like from a dock. That's surreal because you're sat still. And the boat's that big, it feels like you're the one moving.
There, that should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Hi, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
Me?
Oh, here we go. Engage.
Engage.
I think I would go with anything different. Make it so wasn't an option.
Simple, but effective.
Oh, what the hell?
Easy. Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look so good.
Oh, it's the delirium. Ready to go med bay.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Commander, help me get her inside.
That's going to be a recurring thing.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on her, but she'll live. Just
Like
needs
Voyages med
You
bay.
should worry about yourself. Your deridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're
rare.
The ring keeps track of
I was
her
going to say
deridium levels.
Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the deridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
I don't like the attention it brings. Being treated differently than everyone else.
But you are different. That's not something you can change.
True. But sometimes it makes it even more difficult than it already is.
And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake. My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace.
Star Trek, most of it's kind of made up.
What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on. The more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever. And I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge. It took guts to defy a direct order.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship. And everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure's almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of deridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Don't forget with the beryllium, she is.
Understood.
The reason she needs it is because
My work
she's.
here is done.
Don't want to use the word half breed, but I kind of can't think of anything else right now. Half human, half carbon.
Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I think.
I came to see if you were okay. We were all pretty worried on the bridge. No one knew what was happening.
I'm feeling much better. Thank you. It's just part of who I am.
You don't have to explain to me. I understand. I'm just glad you're okay. You trusted me earlier with the shields, and I appreciated that. I want you to know that I have your back.
Thank you.
Yeah. And because she's mixed species, that's why she needs it, seemingly. Yeah, biology.
Complete the diagnostic sequence, and this shuttle will be cleared for service.
Yes, sir.
The storm in the Hotari region will interfere with our transporters, so we need all available shuttlecraft in working order.
Excuse me, Commander Sherlock.
Petty Officer Maris, I will leave you to your work.
Does he really have a crush on Maris?
I stopped by sickbay and saw Nilly. I figured you'd want to know.
Did the doc get her fixed up?
She's stable. But there's something about the storm's radiation that's making it hard to heal the energy burns.
That doesn't sound good.
She's toughing it out. Dr. Duval said she'll be back on duty soon, though.
Come on. I have to run the final diagnostic.
Everything's running smoothly now, weirdly.
I can't stay long. I've got a long to-do list before we get to Hotari, and things are piling on faster than I can check them off. We're making all our last-minute checks and security, too.
You'll be ready.
Well, nothing's ever 100%, but we'll be good to go.
And if you wait until you are ready, it's probably too late. Which is why I didn't want to wait for just the right time. I had a chance to think about this while I was away. Then you and Nilly almost got killed out on the hull. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it. Or worse.
Did I say something right? It's something I would say.
Are you angry at me or something?
Oh, no, not that. I'm sorry. I'm probably making too big of a deal here. What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends for a long time. But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
Roommates?
You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way. There is something between us.
Gap between the chairs.
Do you want to find out what that something is?
So the console.
If it's there for you, and it's there for me, why not give it a try?
We don't have to put too much pressure on it. Let's just see where this goes.
Totally, I'm doing this totally not because she looks like Beverly Crusher.
Definitely felt some pressure coming down to see you.
These are
No.
uncharted territories.
I'd call it a chemistry experiment. You know, with us.
Inquiring minds are gonna want to know about this, so... Do you tell Nilly, or do I?
I wouldn't worry about that.
She's behind you.
Level 1 diagnostic complete.
I have to get back to that to-do list. They're probably looking for me.
Can't blame them.
I'm happy I did that. Happy I didn't seem to mess that up.
I'll be seeing you.
That's definitely a look of oh shit. Are we going through chapters pretty quick?
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Whoa!
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
Jesus Christ, it's like we just walked into Alderaan. Boing.
Integrity holding. We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat.
It's Spock, isn't it?
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
Spinning my mouse. Oh. I was literally physically spinning my mouth.
I've located the shuttle. Opening comms.
On screen.
I just had to do that.
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering. Losing.
I can't get it any clearer.
You won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening.
Tractor beam.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Is the tractor beam going to stop it spinning?
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Diaz.
This music seems very Stargatey.
First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
There we go. Do I now have to guide it?
We're coming in debris. I'm on it.
Mom, come on. Come on. Now do we actually lock onto the the hell? That's a big boy.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Thea's the bridge.
Phaser.
There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Ryder, plot an intercept course.
On it.
There we go.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
I feel like I didn't have any idea what I was doing now. Bosh!
Got it.
Whoa. Someone's working hard on the bridge.
I just stopped. There we go, we got it. Woo! Yeah! Go me! As if this is Spock, would this be the last thing Leonard Nimoy did?
We got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Let's see who this is.
Terra firma, so to speak.
Spock!
Spock.
Leonard Nimoy! My god. This has to be the last thing he did.
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
I knew he was in it because he's in the pictures and stuff. The promotional material.
Well, let me be the first to say, welcome to the Resolute, Ambassador.
Thank you, Petty Officer...
Carter? Carter Diaz. Sir.
I am pleased to meet you, Petty Officer Carter Diaz. It appears I
Ensign?
have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon, if I may say so.
Well, it wasn't all me. I got some help from upstairs.
A bombastic approach to clearing debris. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
So could we see... I know Riker's in this. Could we be seeing Picard?
Unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, this storm is one of the strangest phenomena we've ever encountered. It's disrupted other systems. Who knows what it might do to a warp drive?
Yes, it would seem further investigation is called for.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer Diaz. Thank you.
Ambassador Spock.
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
I wonder what happens if I set my camera to run off as administrator. Who are we going to war with? Oh, Atari system. Yeah, 2 wars. I forgot all that.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
Your experience comes from the past. But our present situation calls for it.
True enough.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details.
And good
We got
words.
the basics from Starfleet. 2 formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour.
How are people finding this so far, other than the glitches I've been having?
Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This
Well,
is
one like Thanos.
the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Illydians have shared a mining operation there. The Illydians provide the technological resources.
1 second. Just thinking about Spock. I need to get the start date for this, because I'm pretty sure he... Was this before? This has to be clearly before he tried to save Romulus. I was sent back through the black... Sent back through time to the Kelvin universe. Pretty sure. I'll look it up afterwards. I'll look it up, see what it actually says. Just double check my stream. We'll just check if this is running fine. A quick head bob. That's fine, okay. Okay, Star Trek Resurgence. Ah. December 2380. 2380, I remember that. There we go. Just 1 second. Obviously, Spock was the ambassador of Romulus at the time. I don't think it's telling me. I think we'll have to look it up later, properly.
While the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Illydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. The but the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Have the Elydians retaliated against the Hotari? Or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were open to a Federation presence, but it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Elydian fleet in open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace
Camera's
is
gone
a more
again.
profitable alternative for everyone.
Sorry, guys. Try something new. This will solve it. The last 15 minutes. And I'm back. I hope it just behaves.
They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
That is correct.
The Hotari just won their independence. It's hard to believe they would give that up just for profit.
I agree. It would be exceedingly difficult to bring the Hotari to that position.
Neither the Elydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Elydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
Yeah, that would be
means
trusted.
The Hotari have no reason to trust us.
I wouldn't go that far, Commander.
We are completely neutral in this matter, on neither one side nor the other. Any suggestion otherwise would compromise our position.
But that does leave us.
Involvement in the Elydium dilithium trade. Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels and we're at the mercy of the storm at
Hey,
less than
Vodka,
full
welcome to the
strength.
stream. We're just wrapping up.
Considering what the ion storm has done to our ship and the ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Elydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge
Right, this is
in the
a
energy
game where I
disturbance
don't get to talk
temporarily
much.
levels the playing field.
But I'm having problems with my camera as well.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past. But they have never been
Oh, well,
observed
welcome to the
with
channel,
any
not just a stream.
magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
The perfect storm, I would say.
That may answer why the Hotari were able to strike back after so long. They finally had an opportunity, and they
Yeah, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Here we're playing Star Trek Resurgence. We normally play Fallout 4, Ghostbusters Spiritual Unleashed, and a bunch of other stuff. I've only recently gone back to playing PC games after a couple of years of playing console. So I'm playing a lot of catch up.
Understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the
What?
negotiations shortly.
I'm going to ignore that.
Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
No, we got a private thing with Spock, and if you carry on with that, you're going to get
Ambassador
banned.
Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's it. What do you want? There we go. Right, back to the stream.
Where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case.
Whatever it takes.
Conventional.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the lines. Well, I hope
Yes,
Commander
Dad.
Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Ooh. Scandalous. Yeah, this is behaving now. I've done it as administrator, which means he gets more resources. Oof. Oh, if you jump when we pop out of warp like that. Okay. I believe that's a good time to end the game there. Not finished for the night, I believe. Good point to stop and end it. Exit. Pardon me. Okay, what's the point of even having that option if I can't do that? No idea. I'll do that. Anyway, that was going to be it for me tonight, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I've managed to actually get the camera behaving. Doctor, expect some of your Patrick Stewart text-to-speech things being added to literal... yeah, it's just not vanishing. Settings. Yeah, not having it. Okay. Now I'm going to get going. My hay fever is starting to act up again. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. I might be busy. I'm not entirely sure. Tuesday, I'm not live. But from Wednesday, we'll be doing a bunch of much longer streams. So, I've managed to open Big Picture again. The Big Picture. There we go. That's what I wanted rid of. Also, Steam could load. There we go. So, yeah. It's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. See you all tomorrow. Good night.